So let's check out my favorite or most used bronzing and contouring products today. Yesterday we spoke about my favorite concealers. If you've missed that, definitely check out my previous reel. But let's talk about bronzing and contouring products. In the colder months, I do tend to prefer more creams, balmy kind of products for my bronzing contouring needs. And sometimes I'll set it with powder, but in the summer months, I tend to switch more towards using powder bronzers. So I'm going to have a mix of both. So in terms of the powder bronzers, I really love Hoola Benefit Bronzer. It has a lovely olive undertone, and the shade is deep enough for contouring my face without looking too stark, if that makes sense. So this is a mini. This is what it looks like. It has a lovely dent in the middle, but this is definitely one of my favorites. I really love the undertone of the product. So I'm going to swatch it in the back of my hand. That's what it looks like. Might not even show up on my hand, but that's the first one. So you can see it gives subtle definition. Next is a huge pan of bronzer. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the shade medium, I believe. Yeah, so medium. This is what it looks like. Again, very well loved. It even has some of the oil stain from my skin, but this is what it looks like. Again, great bronzer, good shade. So that's the Charlotte Tilbury one. So it's more warm toned than the Hoola one, which is more of a contour product, if that makes sense. Good powder bronzer, great to blend, no issues there. Moving on to cream bronzers. The one that I've really enjoyed for more than a year now, I think, is the Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. This is the shade medium 2. So this is what that looks like. Beautiful product, very easy to blend, has a lovely undertone. They have quite a big shade range, so you'll find something for everybody pretty much. Just going to quickly swatch this one. So that's what it looks like. It can look quite intense, but if I were to spread it out towards the end, you can see that it blends out to a lovely shade. And it has that lovely golden undertone, so it looks like a very natural contour on my skin. So that's one I've really enjoyed. Next is probably one of my favorites. Something I discovered this year is the Fenty Beauty Matte Stick. The shade I tend to use is Swedish, number 10. This is what that looks like. If I were to swatch it right next to Danessa Myricks, you can see it's a slightly more cool-toned version of the Danessa's Contour Balm. So I love contouring with this product. Lovely texture. It's less balmy than the Danessa one, so it takes a little bit more work to blend compared to this one, and also doesn't leave a radiant finish like this one, which I kind of prefer sometimes. So this is definitely a favorite. Last but not the least, something I recently purchased, and which is a different format to all these others, is the Victoria Beckham, I believe they're called the Contour Sticks Stylist. The shade I picked up was Sandstone. This is what that looks like. So very convenient packaging, especially to contour down the sides of the nose. A little bit goes a long way, and immediately blend it out, or you'll be left with a little bit of line showing on your nose. As long as you apply and then immediately blend it out, it works great. But if you're going to leave it, and then while you're going to contour the rest of your face, apply it everywhere, then go on to blending it, it's going to take more work because the product is going to start to set. So you don't want that. So apply, blend, then apply to another area, if that makes sense. But very convenient packaging, especially for travel. Just going to quickly swatch this as well. Swatch it right here. So you can see it's a little bit more deeper than the other products that we've done so far. But if I were to blend it out, in the top right here, you can see that it kind of shares out as well. So those are my picks for bronzing and contouring. If you have any favorites, leave it in the comment section below. But tomorrow, I'll see you for my favorite highlighters.